Hello, everybody, and welcome in for another edition of the Tully's Good Times with Coach Show. My name is Brooks Hill, voice of the Binghamton Black Bears, and joining us here again is head coach Brant Sherwood. A couple of the Black Bears players hanging out with us inside the Tully's Good Times restaurant located here on the Vestal Parkway, home for our coaches show all season long. Coach, good time for the Black Bears so far since our season ticket holder pickup party. Team is 4-0-0 on the young season, but you guys taking a couple of road tests and staying on top of the game at home inside the Vision Veterans Memorial Arena. 4 games in, how you feeling so far?
Feeling good about our squad. We're playing aggressive. We're working hard. We're just trying to build that foundation. So then, by the time March rolls around, I'm not saying too much. Q's not saying too much, and these guys know exactly what to do. So it's about getting our systems down and make sure we're playing the right way for the long stretch.
What do you think you've noticed so far in the first 4 games? Obviously, opening night, roster looking a little bit different than what Game 4 nights was. You have a couple of injuries, a couple of IR spots being occupied right now, so you're seeing some guys in different spots that weren't originally playing together, albeit through training camp, through those first couple of practices. But what is some things that you guys have already gone through adversity-wise?
Well, first thing I noticed is we're deep in the lineup. We're deep in every position, and we have a next guy up mentality, and usually you don't face it this early in the season, but yeah, we're facing it head on. So there's a lot of adversity. We have a ton of guys out. We have a lot of goals out. Saturday night we had close to 80 goals out of the lineup with Tomer and Kirkby out for the night. So yeah, these guys are really stepping up to the plate. They want to make the team, and they're doing their best and putting their best foot forward.
Yeah, in case anybody has missed the news, 2 forwards placed on the 15-day IR, Tyson Kirkby and Nick Swain. So those guys will be able to come back onto the roster just around the Halloween holiday. Obviously, at the end of the 15-day period, they'll be reevaluated from our friends over at the UHS Sports Medicine Group. But as you mentioned, a lot of guys, a lot of goals left off the board, but you have a bunch of new goal scorers coming in and proving their worth right away. 2 guys standing out immediately, Ivan Bondarenko and Mac Jansen as well. Those 2 guys kind of really picking up where they left off with their previous teams, but now with the Black Bears.
They're doing awesome. Yeah, they're creating a ton of offense for us. They're able to capitalize off the rush, off ozone rotations. They're really contributing in every way, and obviously both those guys are on the power play. I think our power play has been amazing. We might not be scoring as much as we'd like, but as far as setting up end zone and gaining the zone as well, we're doing a great job at that. Our breakouts are on point, our puck movement's on point. We just hope to score a little bit more.
One thing that I noticed, at least in the first 3 games, 5 forwards on the power play. You don't see it a whole lot. Normally, you might see it in the NHL playoffs when a team starts to become a little bit desperate. Maybe their backs are against the wall, they're facing an elimination, and they're going to get 5 forwards out there, and have to bank you have to score on the power play. You guys have done it so far, and that started in Game 1, and the only game that we haven't seen it was in Game 4 when Austin Thompson wasn't available. And then Ramekers was able to go on the blue line and quarterback that breakout. What went into the 5-4 decision, something that we really haven't seen with the Black Bears?
We actually put Scotty down low because, he's got previous forward experience. So we had him at the net front. We still had Bondo QB in it up top and running the breakout. But honestly, after losing Bonner, I think we just wanted to switch things up. We kind of put our heads together and put the best 5 players that we thought were going to give us the best scoring chance on the ice. There's definitely other guys that belong on a power play 1 situation, but we feel that gives us the best chance to win the special teams game.
Well, you guys have scored a power play goal in every game so far. So in that way of the sense, definitely working. If you're getting a power play goal every game, you're doing something right. Obviously, the way that some of these games have gone with the amount of penalties that have been called, the percentage might not look the greatest on paper. but you're still getting the production. And when you need the power play goal, you guys have been getting it.
Yeah, still early in the year. You know, the percentages will get up. I think we're at like 27, maybe 26, 25, 24, right around there. But not too worried. We're just about setting up the foundation, and we think it's running smoothly, and it's great puck movement. But yeah, we'd like to capitalize a little bit more. But yeah, we're pleased with the power play.
On the other side of things, on the PK, what have you noticed? Obviously, after game one, when Tyson got banged up a little bit, you've lost arguably the person who leads your team, one, in time on ice, period, and then two, person who definitely leads the team in time on ice shorthanded as well. So what have you noticed about some of the forwards? What are you doing differently in Tyson's absence?
Well, just in general, the PK, there's only so much you can cover in the first week or two, and just, being offensive-minded, we tend to migrate towards the power play, towards, O-zone and our 5-on-5 play, but we really harped down on the PK last week and got down to our routes, and we got scored on a couple times, but to me it was kind of fluky bounces, but I like the way we're being aggressive on the PK. We just need to kind of stick to the basics sometimes of getting it 200 feet and not getting too ahead of ourselves trying to score on the PK.
Well, so obviously we hit on special teams there for a little bit. 5-on-5, you guys are really picking up right where you left off last year, being very dominant. And that's way of sense. Score differential already very high. The last game, you guys were able to defeat Danbury 3-0 on the road, and 3-0, maybe not the score line accustomed to people watching FPHL hockey, but it's nice when you get those tight games like that. You had a one-goal game going into the third period. You had the first period where nobody scored a goal, and the shots were within one after 20 minutes of play right there. About this latest game, what did you like most about the way that your team played?
It was a different way to win. We had to grind that one out, so it was a hard-fought game. We had to take care of the puck, properly. But, Danbury plays hard. Watertown plays hard, and I think that's a big difference between the North and the South. There's a big, kind of notation that the Southern Division is better, but I think the teams up north play a little bit harder, and then they get caught by surprise when they come up here and play us. We saw it with Columbus last year, and Danbury was desperately in need to win that game, and we salvaged it. We bent, but we didn't break, and I thought that was huge. We had a defensively sound game. We put pucks in the ditch, and we forechecked hard and blocked shots, and I thought Connor had a great game as well. So it was good to see him kind of bounce back from the night before. Not saying he had a bad game, but I'm sure he'd like one of them back. But other than that, yeah, it was a great team win, and it was nice to see new guys step up with a lot of guys missing.
Yeah, so Connor McAnanimov stopped all 21 shots that he faced. It's the first shutout of the season for the Black Bears, and for that matter, it was the third shutout in the FPHL season, just 2 weeks in. One of the guys that we're going to talk to a little bit later on tonight, Jacob Shankar, able to go play with Tim Kim and Gavin Yates on Saturday night, really elevated his game. Had a big fight on Friday night at home against Danbury. Also had 3 assists. So perfect time to get a multi-assist game at home. Also had a fight. I said it on the broadcast. He was only a goal short of the Gordie Howe, but crowd got fired up when his number was called. He stood up for a teammate when they thought a hit was a little bit, let's just say, less than ideal for Zach Sirota, and quickly making a name for himself and becoming very noticed among the fan base.
Yeah, big time. Shanks, he's exactly what we're looking for on our third line. We need guys to provide energy. We need guys to be a good F1 as far as hunting pucks. We need guys to be physical, off open and draw. He lays a big hit to start Saturday night's game. He's good net front. He's got, good puck composure. He can make plays. He can kind of do a little bit of everything, and that's why he got plugged into that first line. Sometimes you have to wait for your opportunities, but he's doing all the right things right now to solidify his spot on the team.
Well, that's awesome. We're going to hear from Jacob a little bit later on in the show tonight, getting ahead of this weekend's matchup with the Watertown Wolves. Friday night, we will be in Watertown at the Municipal Arena. And then Saturday night, first Saturday game at home this year inside the Vision Veterans Memorial Arena. It's costume night, brought to you by our friends over at Slaughterland Scream Park. So come to the game dressed in your best Halloween outfit, and also bring your skates, because it's going to be the first post-game skate of the season as well. So two things that you need to bring to the arena: your costume and your skates for Saturday when you get your tickets. I know we wanted to talk about it. Tough part of working in sports, tough part of being in the business, have to make tough decisions sometimes, and the Black Bears had to make some tough decisions in the last couple of days. The roster constraints are coming as the month of October is quickly approaching. So I wanted to give you the opportunity to talk about the decision to move Luke Dobos down to Twin City earlier this week, and also with the news concerning Nolan Egbert earlier this morning.
I just think you got to look out for these players, and you got to keep their best interests in mind. And obviously, Luke, especially Nolan, they've had a huge impact on the community, on the Black Bears. We've won multiple championships together, one with Luke as well. So they're going to be part of the Black Bears family forever. Like, their time's embedded in here, and it's not like there's any hard feelings or anything like that. Those guys just want to play. They want an opportunity to play, and Aggie wants to get in the net. He wants to get in more games. Luke wants to not be in and out of the lineup. So it's partial of, me doing what I think's best for the team and putting the guys out that I think are going to give us the best chance to win, but also them looking out for themselves and like, hey, if I'm not going to get the amount of time that I need to get to improve or be better or be satisfied, then they have to go somewhere else to get those minutes. The Black Bears are a hard team to make, but appreciate both those guys for everything they've put forth through this organization. It's been awesome working with Aggie. It's been awesome working with Luke. Luke had a great summer. I thought he improved a ton, and in hindsight, I might not be making the right decision, but right now I feel that's the right decision for the team. So wish them the best of luck, and hope we can wink across the way to each other. And I know we'll be talking here in the near future.
Yeah, absolutely, and I'm sure a team is going to give Nolan the opportunity that he wants and deserves, and then I know that we're going to see Luke a little bit later on next month when Carolina comes up around the Thanksgiving holiday as well.
Harry's super excited to have him. He picked up the phone right away, and he wanted Luke, and he's going to get the minutes he deserves. So happy to see those guys go to a better opportunity.
Well, I'm sure it's going to work out the best for the both of them, the way that it all is meant to be. So obviously we're going through some roster changes as we've had people placed on the IR. We've brought in new guys. The new rookies have stepped up into their roles. If you would have asked me when we were here the first night, the season ticket holder pick apart, if you would have had two rookies playing top line minutes like we did Saturday night with Kim and Shankar, I would have said probably not.
Yeah, a lot of injuries going on. We're making UHS work, and Elise do a ton of work at the beginning of the season.
Yeah, so they are definitely you're getting very familiar with the Black Bears, but like you said at the top of the show, I think it's a good, I don't want to say necessary.
Test.
Yeah, it's a necessary test, and you would rather something like this happen at the beginning of the year than at the end of the year, or you're going into playoffs and you're maybe asking somebody to do a little bit too much where it makes something worse. Now at the beginning of the year, yes, every game does matter, but in the grand scheme of things, you want to be playing your best as you are making that push into the postseason, which we've seen for the Black Bears the way that they finished the last 2 years going into the playoffs.
Yeah, big time. Yeah, you want to be playing your best hockey then, and hopefully have everyone healthy.
Yeah, after a little bit. I didn't know where that sentence was going to end. So don't forget, Saturday night, home against the Watertown Wolves. Tickets are still available at binghamtonblackbears.com/tickets. It'll take you directly to Ticketmaster, or you can call online and see the Black Bears office, 607-722-7367. One thing that I have noticed this past week, watching practice, the amount of time that Coach Quinville is spending after real practice gets done, but the extra time that he's putting in, especially with the young guys, in developing certain traits. I saw people like Kim, Shankar, Clark, I believe even Tomer was taking some face-offs after practice today as well. But the guys putting in extra work in the face-off category, particularly, I believe that has been the number one thing you've harped on so far, at least to me, on things that you want to see improved is face-off control.
Oh, we want to be better in every facet of the game, but yeah, just and this past weekend we were 38% on draws for Friday, which is, I think we're hurting without Tyson on that center dot, but that's why we were working on it today. And Q's dropping a bunch of pucks, and we're trying to give each other tips on how to win draws and doing a little King of the Hill action. I don't know if Tomer won King of the Hill. Oh, you did last week? Nice. Maybe we'll move you back. But, yeah, we're always trying to get better. We've been Monday we've been calling it Commitment Monday, so guys have been getting their conditioning in that we think that need it, but also adding some skills along the way. So Monday was big on working on shots, whether it was one-timers, whether it was quick releases, tips, bumper positions, getting your body set for the shots and stuff like that.
Well, that's good. Obviously, I know Thursday is typically the special teams day with the shootout with power play, PK, whatnot. Today's practice, you were actually bragging about how good today's practice was and then how quick you got everything done. Were you pleased with the effort that was on the ice today?
We were very pleased with the effort.
Okay.
It was definitely a lunch pail type of day. So these guys worked hard, and we kind of had in our mind, Q and I, if they really bag themselves here, then we'll end it early. And I think we ended it 55 minutes, and they had a little extra time to have some fun after practice. So quick
good.
and efficient, much like the NHL.
Hey, you know what? Why not emulate what people are watching on TV and something that Q understands? He's been there, been through NHL practices, and they're not out there longer than an hour. So
no, they get right to the point, and I always did a practice plan before, and a lot of these guys never seen a practice plan in their college programs or where they came from. But now we're doing pre-ice meetings around 9:30 and going over the practice, so then we don't have to spend too much time at the board, and we can get our work in quickly, and these guys can get rest and recover as quick as possible as well.
Well, that's good. I have volunteered to get put through the ringer tomorrow morning with Coach Quinville at 7:30. So we're gonna see if I'm still standing when it comes 9 o'clock to open up the office. But in all good fun. So I told him I wasn't gonna quit, and I'm not gonna complain.
You'll be all right. He tailors the workouts to
the
person he's giving it to.
I'm excited.
You'll be all right.
I know. He told me
I'm hanging in there.
He told me I'm gonna have to stop drinking Pepsis, and I kind of just laughed that one off. That one wasn't gonna happen.
You need your couple vices.
Yeah, and mine multiple times a day, at least in that, Cordy. Well, that is the voice of Black Bears head coach Brant Sherwood. We're going to take a quick timeout. Black Bears forward number 9, Jacob Shankar, is going to come up and join us, recap his first 2 weekends as a pro hockey player, maybe learn a little bit more about what's going on in Prescott, Ontario, where he is from, same hometown as Black Bears captain Tyson Kirkby. So maybe we'll get a little bit of inside track on Tyson from the Prescott days, talking with Jacob Shankar. So don't go anywhere, folks. We're coming back right after this here live from Tully's.
Binghamton takes on Watertown this Saturday at 7 p.m. Join us for the first post-game skate with the players and our annual costume contest presented by our friends at Slaughterland. Bring your costume and your skates and come out and watch the Black Bears play on Saturday.
Fall is here, and there is no better place to celebrate the season than at the Cider Mill in Endicott, New York. Experience the magic of autumn with fresh hand-picked apples, famous apple cider, and warm, freshly made donuts, perfect for sharing with friends and family. The pumpkin patch is open too, right on site at the Cider Mill. Grab fresh candy apples, homemade pies, and crafted cheeses. Skip the lines and order your favorites online today. Visit the Cider Mill and make memories that will last a lifetime. The Cider Mill is where every visit is a taste of tradition.
Experience the new way to watch your Black Bears play all season long, at home and on the road, free on YouTube. Binghamton takes on Watertown this Saturday at 7 p.m. Join us for the first post-game skate with the players and our annual costume contest presented by our friends at Slaughterland. Bring your costume and your skates and come out and watch the Black Bears play on Saturday.
Fall is here, and there is no better place to celebrate the season than at the Cider Mill in Endicott, New York. Experience the magic of autumn with fresh hand-picked apples, famous apple cider, and warm, freshly made donuts, perfect for sharing with friends and family. The pumpkin patch is open too, right on site at the Cider Mill. Grab fresh candy apples, homemade pies, and crafted cheeses. Skip the lines and order your favorites online today. Visit the Cider Mill and make memories that will last a lifetime. The Cider Mill is where every visit is a taste of tradition.
Experience the new way to watch your Black Bears play all season long at home and on the road, free on YouTube. Binghamton takes on Watertown this Saturday at 7 p.m. Join us for the first post-game skate with the players and our annual costume contest presented by our friends at Slaughterland. Bring your costume and your skates and come out and watch the Black Bears play on Saturday.
Fall is here, and there is no better place to celebrate the season than at the Cider Mill in Endicott, New York. Experience the magic of autumn with fresh hand-picked apples, famous apple cider, and warm, freshly made donuts, perfect for sharing with friends and family. The pumpkin patch is open too, right on site at the Cider Mill. Grab fresh candy apples, homemade pies, and crafted cheeses. Skip the lines and order your favorites online today. Visit the Cider Mill and make memories that will last a lifetime. The Cider Mill is where every visit is a taste of tradition.
Experience the new way to watch your Black Bears play all season long at home and on the road, free on YouTube. Binghamton takes on Watertown this Saturday at 7 p.m. Join us for the first post-game skate with the players and our annual costume contest presented by our friends at Slaughterland. Bring your costume and your skates and come out and watch the Black Bears play on Saturday.
Fall is here, and there is no better place to celebrate the season than at the Cider Mill in Endicott, New York. Experience the magic of autumn with fresh hand-picked apples, famous apple cider, and warm, freshly made donuts, perfect for sharing with friends and family. The pumpkin patch is open too, right on site at the Cider Mill. Grab fresh candy apples, homemade pies, and crafted cheeses. Skip the lines and order your favorites online today. Visit the Cider Mill and make memories that will last a lifetime. The Cider Mill is where every visit is a taste of tradition.
Experience the new way to watch your Black Bears play all season long at home and on the road, free on YouTube.
Welcome back in, everybody. We're now joined by Black Bears forward number 9, Jacob Shankar. Jacob, thank you for being our first guest on the Tully's Good Times with Coach show this season from the players' side.
Yeah, thanks for having me. It's going to be awesome. I'm really looking forward to it.
Well, hopefully you got some tips from Austin Thompson, your teammate, and another player who's with us here tonight. Nobody's appeared more on the show than Austin Thompson has. So when he comes on later this season, he'll officially have the record for 5 times on the show. He's done it 4 times so far. So we're looking forward to having Austin on later this season, and I know he's excited about it as well. So 4 games in the Black Bears season. Obviously, you are one of the new rookies that we have ushered into this season here with the Black Bears. Not a rookie, I would say, like in terms of age. 26 years old, Prescott, Ontario native. But what's it been like here over the last month since training camp has started for you personally?
Things have been really good. You know, it's pretty easy to adjust with the group of guys we have, and obviously the fans as well. You know, just trying to work as hard as I can every day and try to get in the lineup and you know, play my best.
Well, it's been fun to watch you play so far. Last Friday night, a 3-point night with 3 assists, and you also had a fight sticking up for Zach Sirota as well. And I talked to you after the game Friday night, and I said, hey, man, like, nice tilt, good fight, like, no hesitation. But you said something to me, and I want to know if you can just say the same thing for everybody here at Tully's. What was going through your head? You saw what happened, and then it was go time. Walk me through that for you real quick.
Yeah, you know, I just saw Sirota was down on the ice, and I figured someone kind of had to step up and, you know, fill the role. And I'm sure a lot of the other guys would have went in. I just happened to be the first one in. So, you know, I got lucky. It was my first fight, and I think I did pretty well. So
I think you did. I think you got some good points, especially with the takedown there at the end. Got a couple of punches in as well, and the crowd loved it. I will say, I know that sometimes as players, you guys are so locked into the moment, you block out the crowd noise. I'll tell you what, the crowd popped first when you shed the gloves, and then again when the fight was over and you were skating to the penalty box. What was going through your head after the fight and you were sitting down for those couple of minutes, kind of coming back down to earth a little bit?
not really a lot. I kind of blacked out during the fight, so it was more of I was just kind of hoping I did well and looking at the Jumbotron, watching the replay, and hoping I didn't get hit too many times, honestly.
I don't think you did. I think you got a little bit more worse for wear Saturday in Watertown before than you did in that tilt. I think you got a little shiner for a couple of days. I know the guys were giving you a hard time. They were asking if we had any makeup for being on camera. I said you didn't need it. And I really, you should tell them, like, hey, maybe they just need it just for, being around, sitting. But great stuff so far. It's been a pleasure having you, get to know you a little bit. We hinted on it a little bit with Coach Sherwood, but you do come from Prescott, Ontario. It's the same hometown as Black Bears captain Tyson Kirkby. For the fans here in the audience and watching along on YouTube, did you have any prior relationship with Tyson and his family being from the same hometown? You guys are, not the same age, but similar. You would be in high school or in the college age together. What was your experience like with them?
Yeah, so I actually grew up around Tyson's family my whole life. I have an older brother who played with Tyson all growing up. So,
okay.
I've known Tyson and his family for forever, honestly, and I got the opportunity to play with him in junior hockey as well. So I've had a pretty close relationship with Tyson, for the majority of my life.
Did you reach out to him about maybe if there was going to be an opening with the Black Bears, or do you know if he reached out to Coach Sherwood and said, hey, I know a guy back in Prescott I think could be a good fit? How did that come about?
Yeah, I actually reached out to him. I didn't play hockey last year, and then I was kind of looking for something to do since my work visa expired, and I reached out to Tyson. He said there was a spot open, and then Schurzy called me, and I kind of got lucky that way.
Okay, well that's awesome. I know Coach Sherwood wanted me to see if we could get some dirt up on Tyson from back in the Prescott days, but we've had Tyson on the show multiple times as well. He's talked about some of the other sports that he played back home in Prescott, and then how he almost went to college and played baseball really instead of hockey. What other sports did you play, or were you just a one-trick pony back home?
I played a little bit of soccer growing up. Nothing too crazy. I kind of stopped when I was like 12, but other than that, nothing really. Just more hockey focused. Since my brother was older, always trying to compete with him and get to his level, and so it was always hockey for me.
And how often did you get to be on a same team as your brother?
Never.
Really?
Never, no.
Too far of an age gap?
Yeah, he was 2 years older than me, and then he played
Okay.
major junior, so he played in the
Okay.
OHL, so it was tough to kind of get on the same team as him.
Yeah, understandable. What besides playing hockey, what did you like to do back home in Prescott for fun? Like, what would, if you were locked out of the rink and you couldn't go in, couldn't work out, weight lift, stretch, anything hockey related, what would you do for fun?
So my parents have a house on the water, so I have a little fishing boat. So I'd go out and bass fish a little bit. Catch some
okay.
smallies. And if it's a rough day on the water, I'd probably go out and golf with a couple of my friends, Sean Patterson, Chris Lodgeway, and hit the links with them and have some fun.
Okay, what are the golf courses like up in Canada? I don't think I've actually ever asked Tyson this. I know he's a great golfer down here in New York. It's been great being his teammate a couple of times. Terrible to play against because you don't have a chance. But what are the golf courses like up in Canada?
They're pretty good. My home course in Prescott's pretty good. The greens are really fast,
Okay.
really hard greens, and everything kind of rolls towards the water. So they're hard to read, and you got to get your speed right, or you're going to be three-putting all day.
A lot of water on the courses up there?
Not on Prescott. It's more just overviewing the water.
Okay.
But, there are some courses that have a little bit of water in them for sure.
Well, speaking of golf, you played in the Booster Club golf tournament to start the year. That was a lot of fun, and I believe you guys. What did you guys shot 12?
No, we shot 5 under.
5 under.
Yeah.
5 under. Okay, but how was that for a team bonding experience for you guys? I know a lot of new guys, and you're also an opportunity to meet some of the members of the Booster Club as well. I know I had a great day just hanging out with the office staff outside of work. Mm-hmm. Not having to stress about ticket sales or anything corporate related, things like that. But as a player in a new environment, what was that like for you?
It was great being able to play with the Booster Club members, get to know them a little bit, and then obviously hang out with the guys outside of the rink. You kind of see what everyone's personality's like, and who they are as a guy, and see what they're kind of into. So it's good to kind of get close to everyone that way, and have some fun outside of the rink.
It is. I mean, it was a great time and beautiful weather as well. And for it to be October, but 2 years in a row, Booster Club's done a great job with getting the date on a beautiful day where it's not too cold yet. Obviously, when do you guys normally shut down up in Canada all the golf courses?
Usually around this time, late October, because I'm Southern Canada, so. Southern Ontario, so we usually go until around November, and then once it starts getting a little too cold, then you don't really want to be out there. Your hands are too cold to even swing the club.
All right, so I like what you just said. Being a Southern Ontario, do people in Canada call that Southern? Would you be considered a Southern boy up in Canada for living in Prescott?
I mean, depends where the person's from. If
Okay.
they're from up north in Cochrane or Timmins area, they would probably call us Southern folk, I guess.
All right, Southern folk. Wow.
not
okay,
really,
I get that being from North Carolina.
Not really a super common term, but
Okay. All right. Well, good to know. I'm glad I caught that. All right, we're transitioning a little bit back to hockey here. What are some things that you've noticed about the Black Bears? I know it's only 4 games in, but essentially you've been here for about a month now. What's the number one thing that sticks out to you about the organization?
The biggest thing is just how close we are as a team. Everyone in the locker room clearly loves each other, and I think that creates the winning atmosphere that they've had the last 2 years, and why we're willing to go out and battle and play as good as we have been.
what do you think is the next step for you guys? We talked about it with Coach Sherwood. Obviously, we've had some injuries, some IR spots getting filled up early in the season. We talked about it's kind of a blessing in disguise that you'd rather go through this adversity now. To see guys such as yourself play in maybe a different slotted role than what they were expected to, 2 weeks ago.
Yeah, I think that's a really good question. I think it's really proving, as Shurzy said, our depth on our team and how guys are willing to step up and, fill different roles and do the best they can to, help the team in any way possible. We haven't lost yet, and hopefully we don't lose all season, and I think that speaks to our depth.
Well, nothing would make me happier for you guys to go 56-0. So we'll see how far that stretch goes along. First time, actually, franchise history, team is 4-0-0. I know it's just a very small sample size, but neat little tidbit for everybody back at home. What is one thing that you can tell us about Tyson that we as fans might not know?
His nickname back home is Shmee.
Can you explain?
I guess as a rookie and juniors, you call them like Shmees or rookies, so they would just call him Kirk Shmee. So it just kind of went from Kirk Shmee to Shmee. So a lot of the boys back home just call him Shmee.
Shmee.
Yeah.
All right, how about that? All right, I don't want to press you too hard because I don't want Tyson getting mad at you the rest of the way. So that's really cool. That's funny, and I'm glad that we asked. Obviously, we talked to him a lot about, his baseball dreams, careers, playing days, everything like that. So hopefully Tyson gets better soon and he can be back on the ice for the Black Bears. Let me ask you what it's like, living in the player housing. A little bit different than, living with like a billet family and juniors. You're living with your teammates, colleagues, your peers, also guys that you're competing with ice time for as well. What's it like being living with a bunch of the new guys up at the point?
It's awesome. It's really like college-esque because, in college you have the hockey houses and it's filled with guys on the team who are also you're competing with. But I think we do a really good job of keeping the hockey in the rink and just kind of being together and bonding at Whitney Point.
Okay. What do you guys like to do for fun up at the point?
We watch a lot of movies together. Actually, me, TK, and Demi watch probably a movie every night or so, and just watch movies, hang out, play some video games. Nothing too crazy.
Okay.
Yeah.
I know Austin Thompson's a big gamer. What games are you into?
I like playing NHL. I haven't got the new one, but TK is a young lad, so he likes playing forward. So I hop on with him every once in a while.
Fortnite's still a thing?
Yeah, it's still a thing.
Oh man, I remember those days. That's actually really funny. Funny enough, I don't know if TK knows this. The people who made Fortnite developed it in the same county that I'm from.
Really?
Yep. And then the person who owns the Hurricanes invested in Epic Games. So little small world of getting the hockey and Fortnite connected. So I guess Fortnite technically, a hockey video game to a certain extent, a little bit there. Well, that's awesome. First couple of road trips for the Black Bears. You played in both games, up in Watertown and in Danbury. Two different atmospheres. Very fair to say so far. What'd you think of the first two contests on the road in your pro career?
I think it's really tough to play on the road. Especially the fans and everything that we get here. It's a lot different. Going on the road and playing in someone else's home, I guess you could say. Yeah. And competing, but both good teams, and we did a good job of being able to come out with the W. So.
Yeah, 6 points so far on the road's pretty good. Technically, Black Bears have played better on the road than they have at home because they have 6 points versus 5. So, I mean, call a spade a little bit there. Like, it's whatever. 11 points is still 11 points. And the Black Bears are still 4-0-0. Before I let you go, last question. Got this asked on social media earlier today. At home, because obviously things are different on the road. Mm-hmm. What is the go-to pregame meal?
Pre-game meal.
If you can only have, if you had to have the same pregame meal for the rest of your hockey career, what are you choosing?
Right now, it's been, I do like a little breakfast wrap. So I'll cut up some potatoes, fry them up, some turkey bacon, some eggs, hot sauce spinach on a flour wrap.
Okay.
So I do that around noon, and then that's my pregame meal for the day.
Okay, and then you don't eat again until after the game.
No, I'll have like probably like a Cliff Bar before the game, and maybe like a couple of fruit snacks. That's about it.
Okay, all right. I know I said last question, but you got me interested. You prefer turkey bacon over regular bacon?
Yeah,
I know it is healthier, but
I do personally. Yeah.
All right, nothing wrong. And then hot sauce on the eggs all the time, or just on wraps?
All the time. I'm a big hot sauce guy, so I put like hot sauce on almost everything.
Okay, and favorite hot sauce brand?
Frank's, not a doubt, not a doubt.
No doubt about it.
Yeah.
Okay, Frank's Red Hot Sauce, endorsed by Jacob Shankar. Well, Jacob, thank you so much for being our first player guest on the show. I hope it wasn't as bad as you thought it was going to be.
Oh, it was great. I enjoyed it. Thanks for having me.
Absolutely. So we'll see if we can have you back on later on this season. That is the voice of Black Bears forward number 9, Jacob Shankar. We're taking a quick timeout. Wrap this one up. When we come back, get you ready for the home game on Saturday against Watertown.
Binghamton takes on Watertown this Saturday at 7 p.m. Join us for the first post-game skate with the players and our annual costume contest presented by our friends at Slaughterland. Bring your costume and your skates and come out and watch the Black Bears play on Saturday.
Fall is here, and there is no better place to celebrate the season than at the Cider Mill in Endicott, New York. Experience the magic of autumn with fresh hand-picked apples, famous apple cider, and warm, freshly made donuts, perfect for sharing with friends and family. The pumpkin patch is open too, right on site at the Cider Mill. Grab fresh candy apples, homemade pies, and crafted cheeses. Skip the lines and order your favorites online today. Visit the Cider Mill and make memories that will last a lifetime. The Cider Mill is where every visit is a taste of tradition.
Experience the new way to watch your Black Bears play all season long, at home and on the road, free on YouTube.
Big thanks to head coach Brant Sherwood and forward Jacob Shankar joining me here tonight on the Tully's Good Times with Coach show. Friendly reminder, the next Good Times with Coach show will be on Tuesday, November 4th. That'll be after the Black Bears travel on the road Halloween weekend to take on the Port Huron Prowlers up at McMahon Place. It'll be the longest road trip of the season to date so far, so you know we're going to have a lot to talk about. Again, that's Tuesday, November 4th, 6 p.m. at the Tully's on the Vestal Parkway location. Friendly reminder, Binghamton will be on the road Friday night as they take on the Watertown Wolves. Puck drop is scheduled for 7:30 p.m. We will have that game here live on the Black Bears YouTube channel as well. Saturday night is the first Saturday home game of the season, and it is also the last home game of the month of October. Wear your costume. We're going to have a costume contest sponsored by our friends at Slaughterland Scream Park during the first intermission. So come dressed in your best Halloween costume, and also bring your skates. Maybe skate in your costume. as we have the first post-game skate with the players immediately following Saturday night's contest. Puck drop on Saturday is scheduled for 7 p.m. inside the Vision Veterans Memorial Arena. You can get tickets online at BinghamtonBlackBears.com or by calling the office at 607-722-7367. Big shout out to EJ Worth producing on the ones and twos tonight. We will talk to you again live Friday night from the Watertown Municipal Arena at 7:30. My name is Brooks Hill signing off for everybody at the Binghamton Black Bears. We will see you Friday on YouTube and Saturday at the arena as the Black Bears will host Watertown on Saturday night. Thank you. Have a good night, and we'll see you next time right here at Tully's.